Happy New Year's Eve, you mother yuckers. All right, well, we made it. We made it at we're here at long last. We are here at the end of 2025. New Year's Eve is a very special day because we're going out with the old and in with the new. But in our case, we're just, we're basically just renewing our subscription to every. We're just renewing our subscription to chaos. Oh, don't call me a mother yuck. But in all seriousness, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hope your New Year's Eve is going well. I know mine's mine's definitely going to be It's going to be interesting considering I got to work later today, but you know what? But honestly, I don't care. It's 7 hours of time and a half, and I'm not really doing anything. I really don't have any other plans for today. So at this point, honestly, this is just my normal New Year's tradition is I just work. And I just, try and make a little extra money, which, you know what? Currently, that's something I'm going to need. Really, that is something I'm absolutely going to need. So, all right. Yeah. But in all seriousness, I hope you guys are doing well. So, 2025, what a year it has been for us in this community. Like straight up, What a year this has been. Look, I'd say looking back on this year compared to other years is just that for sure. There were definitely moments I was edging the aneurysm straight up. Yeah, there were moments I was definitely edging the aneurysm for sure and whatnot. I mean, just thinking about like all of the stuff like that's happened, like, content wise and not content wise. Yeah, exactly. My golden birthday this year. I got rickrolled. Oh, yep. That's exactly what happened is I got rickrolled. But yeah, no, for my golden birthday this year, we started the VTuber arc. And honestly, I'd say it's been going very well. I say it has been going very, very well. But that doesn't change the fact that I feel like, I probably could be doing a bit more with this than, everything else and all that. So that's why one of my main goals for 2026 is I definitely want to branch out. Well, not branch out, I guess I should say. I want to do more with this because obviously as you guys remember, you could mess with Zenny a lot and all that. So the fact that I haven't done anything like that yet, yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to do that. Yeah. So that's going to be one of my main goals. I got to get up some, you got rickrolled. Definitely edged an aneurysm this year. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Well, obviously I'm going to touch on that in just a sec here. But yeah, like I said, I'm definitely going to try and get some more interactive redeems set up and whatnot. So I definitely got to do that. I'm definitely going to be doing that. Oh God, I really hope my connection fucking works out today. We got hit with another snowstorm yesterday. We got hit with another little bit of snow yesterday, so that should be okay though. At least let's hope I will be. But yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be one of the main goals. So and then obviously, we grew a little bit this year. Looking back, I mean, 400 subs on YouTube. We're still going. I'd still say we're going pretty good in that direction for right now. Currently sitting at 361 over on the Purple platform. So, maybe 2026 we hit 400. Maybe 2026 we hit 400, I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would absolutely be pretty cool. So I am definitely going. Yeah. So definitely going to be pushing on that. We're going to keep going like we always keep on the grind like we always do. Yep, exactly. Yeah. I've always tried to do this like little tradition and whatnot, going into the new year with a clean slate and all that, and just, doing a bunch of like, wrapping up as many current projects as possible. And then, going into the new year with, just a fresh set of plans, and then obviously, other stuff too and all that. So very late Chrysler and happy new Harley. I love it. But one other thing for future game, I will be touching on that in just a moment, Reverie. But first things first is I actually do want to do something for you guys really quick here because Because as you all know, this was, obviously, the VTuber transition wasn't the only big thing that happened for me this year. That other thing being is that obviously I took a massive step. I took a massive step in the world of adulting. And I bought a fucking house this year. Yeah. It's genuine. It was genuinely, I cannot believe that in the big 2025, being a being a homeowner in the big 2025 is absolutely was not on my bingo card, but honestly, I'm very, very, very happy that we made it this far, that we absolutely made it this far. So for that very reason, I'm hoping that, I'm not 100% sure why this is being weird. I'm trying to connect my phone camera again because I would very much like to take you guys on a bit of a tour of the place now that I've had some time to settle in and acclimate a bit and set some stuff up. Now I just got so now I just gotta figure out why this isn't connecting like that. Just give you seeing your real life self. your arms look I don't know. Come on. Cause I have it on Wi-Fi. Medium. There we go. Cause how did I do it the first time here? I did it the first time. To see where I could steal from eventually at some point. Yeah, right. Shit, because I had it work. It was like, so I had it working because I know they ended the support. Oh no, did it like? Let's see. I'm just hoping that it didn't screw anything up because I know I was able to use it fine the first time. Connect all God device like Facecam, Facebook, Cam Link, or Prompter. Oh shit. Well, fuck. I don't understand why this will not connect. Let's see. Oh, you need to download a camera hub. Yep, I'm working on getting connected. Okay, let's see. Because I'm trying to get it connected right now because it worked fine the first time. So that is a little strange that I cannot connect to this. Huh, that's... Let me see here. I'll keep the page open, so let's see. Shit, it worked great the first time, so I'm wondering what happened here. Damn, I was really, really hoping that would work. And okay. Yeah, that just gives me that. So, all right, let me try and restart it here. Oh, that fucking blows. Because now I got to figure out how to. Because now I'm gonna figure. And now because if I can't get the thing to connect here, then that's. Oh, well, that fucking sucks. Because I don't have like a wireless camera or anything like that, or anything like I could, do that. This is how I did that through my phone, and the fact that it's not working is, shoot. Okay, in that pulling an anomaly, and then at this point it's not even my fault. I think it's just the frickin' software that's just being a pain in the butt, right? It's just the software that's being a pain in the butt right now. Cause I'm yeah, that's oh right, damn. I really guess it doesn't work anymore. Okay, and then Why do you look shitty with 2000s? I have no idea. I don't know. I haven't dropped any frames, so. Well, shit. I guess what I might have to do, I might have to, like, just film one and do it later if I can't get this to connect. Damn, that really sucks. I was really hoping to do it live. I was really hoping to do this live. I had a whole thing planned and everything. And now I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because for some reason it's not hooking up. Fuck, that sucks. That really sucks. Yeah, because we're on the same Wi-Fi. Let me try the support page again. That really sucks. Yeah, because it worked fine the first time, so, huh. Weird. I guess I just can't do it anymore. All right. Well, I guess I'll have to post. I guess I'll have to maybe take like a video and post it later because, yeah, for some reason it worked great the first time. So I'm not. I don't even know why I can't do it. That's so weird. Like, can I just not like? Or I wonder if it's because, like, it's stuck me on, like, this device or whatever, so. Let's see. No, that's probably it, so yeah. Oh, 2026 in your time zone, heck yeah. From the future. We gotta love the future. God, I wish I could just, like, go there, but I guess I can't. Well, I'll have to maybe figure that out. Unless there's a way for me to like add in like a way for me to do that. Let me see here if there's anything like that I can do for that. Nope. Yeah, there's really nothing that I can't. So oh well. That's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate actually, because I really wanted to do that. Curse you, fucking technology and whatnot. I mean, I could just film one and post it like the Discord or something really quick, but then I would have to upload it to the computer and all that. So. Yeah, I think I'll probably just save that for like maybe like I'll do that like in the morning tomorrow or something like that. Curse you, frickin' Camlink. You gotta be fucking stupid like that. Go figure. All right, whatever. Fine. Guess I won't be able to do a house tour, but I'll definitely. I might also maybe take some pictures before I go to work and whatnot. So it's stupid like you. Yeah, it is. Then again, I did want to make a post for my family and whatnot, for some of my family that hasn't seen the house yet. So I'll probably end up posting a lot of those pictures on the Discord maybe later tonight or tomorrow at some. Actually, no, I probably will do it tonight. Cause it'll be celebrate going into the new year with a new place and all that. So, but yeah, either way, that was a big ticket item on the list for this year. So very, very proud of myself for staying on the grind, keeping everything in order, and just genuinely getting to a point where I never thought I would see myself at. I never thought I would see myself at this point. So. All right. So, well, unfortunately with that means I'm just gonna have to. Do that. So I think with that, we'll just go into the little slideshow that I had prepped and whatnot. Just some talking points, and obviously going to be revealing some future projects and all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and do this really quick here. I'm going to just change the order on some of this. Okay. All right, and I'm also going to change my position right here. Let me just go ahead and do that. And I'm going to go, I think I'll just go right. What am I kidding? I'll just go into my usual position here. Okay, let me just go ahead and do that. And we'll go ahead and start that. I probably should get some background music here. And I think I know the perfect one. I think I know the perfect one here. At least I think I do. No, actually, no. I'm gonna change it. No. Hang on. I'm gonna do something different here. Also, man, I looked a freaking weird spot. No, I wasn't in kind of a weird spot. Oh, it was kind of more up. I was kind of more up than I realized. All right, let me grab some background music really quick here. I just gotta find something good. Here. Actually, no. Where's Old Reliable? Where's my freaking Xenoblade playlist? There we go. There we go. Oh, where's the refugee camp theme? There we go. Perfect. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you all to our year in review. Yeah. All right, you know what? Actually, I think what I'm going to do here, is, move back over here. Just going to go ahead and shrink. Actually, yeah, I'm going to shrink. Yeah, I'm going to shrink this down a little bit just to, just so it's not taking up the full screen and all that. So, all right, so honestly, we did quite a bit this year. Looking back and going over all the stuff that we did this year was fun to say the least, because this year definitely had a lot of bigger projects that I undertook and all that. So a lot of new stuff, a lot of reoccurring stuff that we finished this year. I'd say it was a good year all around for just, getting playing, the games that we have played and the projects that I've undertook. So with that being said, what all did we play this year? Because there was quite a bit that we did this year. There was quite a bit that we played. So obviously we had the playthrough of Persona 5 Royal that we carried over from last year. We started that in September of 24, if I remember correctly. And it took us until roughly about the same time length in order to finish it. But then again, that game is fucking long. But we still did it. And honestly, I'd say that was probably one of my favorite playthroughs of P5R that I think I've ever done. Mostly just because, I did everything without New Game Plus. I showed that New Game Plus, while it is nice, it is still extremely possible to get everything checked off the 100% without it, because we did all the social links maxed out, social stats maxed out, we did all the confidants maxed out. We didn't do the compendium, obviously, because that's a grind and a half, but I'd say we still did pretty good. I mean, hell, we had some really fun personas that game. I still think my favorite gag of that series was Dummy Broken Arsene, who had capped almost every single stat in the book, by the way. I went back and looked at the footage. Yeah, there was I think the only stats he didn't max out was strength and luck. So yeah, the fact that we got him that overpowered, and he also had no weaknesses, concentrate Megiddo. Yeah. That was fun. That was extremely fun. I didn't platinum it. I haven't platinumed really any game really, because I'm I'm a completionist in the purest sense of the term. So You also can't complete the compendium because Sentinel is only attainable new game. Exactly, yeah, that's the other thing too. So yeah, I technically could have showed that off, yeah. but yeah, all in all, it was great. All in all, it was a great time with that. And then obviously the other thing we did was our physical monstrosity in Izanagi Picaro. Because why not? But yeah, it was fun to play that game, you know, finally covering a Persona game on the channel. You know, it was obviously a long time coming, especially considering, you know, we did P4G, but only about halfway through to completion before I dropped it. So yeah. All right, so next up, yes, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. We finally delved into the Tellius Saga this year. Now both of those games were playthroughs in of themselves, but we're gonna touch on Path of Radiance first. We're gonna touch on Path of Radiance first because that's what we tackled first. Honestly, I still say it's one of the best Fire Emblem games that holds up. Obviously, you know, it's not without its you know, questionable moments and all that, but I'd say it was still a good game. It was still an insane game regardless. Oh yeah. Also, Sierra, yeah, Royal still holds up. It's a great game all in all. But yeah, Path of Radiance, if I had to pick a couple favorite moments from that series, okay, obviously, you know, Rolf being the frickin' demon boy that he was. I still can't believe that not only did I frickin' opt to train him on the boss at the end of his join chapter, but he got really good level ups to the point where I ended up using him full time. I think that's the first and only time that has ever happened. And it's probably still going to be the only time that has happened. Because I don't know what anyone in their right mind using that. Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, and obviously all the other units that we had did really great too. I mean, Mia just casually capping strength, even though Zyhark is supposed to be superior to her. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, understandable. Have a nice day. It's just the little things like that just really make playthroughs like that magical. Obviously we had freaking, yes, I'm not in my right mind. Oh yeah, I mean, hey. Yeah, there was freaking Boyd's redemption arc. I think was still probably one of my all-time favorite moments. Just, you know, him just casually, him just casually, you know, sucking early game and then making up for it by the end. Honestly, yeah. Then obviously we had Astrid being Astrid. I kind of getting his own little redemption arc as well. Yeah, now that was something. Oh my gosh. You know, now that I just realized, I don't think I ever posted my Twitch recap this year. I'll probably post that later tonight, actually. You tried to use Lucia? No. That was Radiant Dawn where I committed to Lucia. Because in Path of Radiance, I would have loved to use Lucia, except Mia was just too good not to use. Mia was just too good not to use in the Path of Radiance run. Genuinely speaking, I don't. I Mia was just begging to be used. She just capped all the key stats. Capping strength was just a massive bonus to that. But yeah, and then obviously, you know, we have, you know, it took us a few tries, but we eventually did the Black Knight. We eventually had Ike beat the Black Knight with the help of Nihil Wrath combo. I still say that is the best way to beat the Black Knight in that game is Nihil and Wrath. Because not only do you nullify Luna, you get, as soon as you drop below half, you get that increased crit range. And then obviously Ike just frickin' steamrolling Ashnard with that Wrath Resolve. Because Wrath Resolve in Path of Radiance is fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid, but honestly, I say it's still one of the funniest combos. And we got to do an Iranian Dawn a little bit too, because, you know, Neff used that in the tower against the dragons. Oh yeah, but all in all, Path of Radiance was great. All right, I'm gonna wait for that ad to finish. I'm gonna take a drink really quick because I'm yapping. Yeah. All right. And then what do we have next? Oh, yes. Tales of Berseria. Tales of Berseria. So, second Tales game that I've covered on the channel, immediately after Arise. So, my stance on Berseria has not changed. I love the story. I love the story of Berseria. I can understand why. I understand why it is held in such high regard. And everything about it, it's just oozing with character. It is oozing with character and just a copious amount of soul. I still think the gameplay is just something to be desired, though. I played a handful of games. I've played a lot of games, but I don't think I've played one like where it like one. The way I describe Berseria's gameplay is the game is it likes to punish you for playing the game the way it tells you to. I don't know. Maybe I was just playing the game suboptimally or incorrectly, but I just could not freaking get it down. I just could not get it down. Like, yeah, I ended up lowering the difficulty, and I'm honestly glad that I did because I don't think I would have lived. I don't think I would have survived otherwise. Oh, but yeah, some of those fights are just, maybe they'll change the gameplay in the remake. I highly doubt it. From what I've seen of the Berseria remaster, it looks like it's just, you know, better graphics and just, you know, doing all that. Yeah, it's just, yeah. But I'm glad I stuck through with it. I'm glad I stuck through with it. Great story, great characters. And you know, the bits where I did get the gameplay down were great. I did like, obviously I enjoyed playing as Aizen a lot, so yeah. I still think I like how Arise plays just a little bit better though. I think I like Arise's gameplay just a little bit more. Just saying, yeah. But all in all, Berseria was great. Definitely kind of reignited my drive to maybe revisit the series more in the future, especially with, you know, the Zilla remaster. And then the talk of Zilla 2 getting a remaster, which I heard is fucking amazing of a game. Then I own the Vesperia remaster as well, so I didn't. So you know, maybe someday. All right, and then we also finished Mario and Luigi Brothership at the start of the year. Obviously, you know, since that game came out late November, it wasn't really possible to beat that game by the end of the year unless I marathoned it, which I really didn't feel like doing. So yeah, Mario and Luigi Brothership, great game. Honestly, I love it. Hang on. I know I'm dropping. Hang on. I know I'm lagging a bit. Just thankfully this is still being recorded. So yeah, you're just gonna have to just bear with me here. Just bear with me here when that shit happens. But yeah, Mario Luigi Brothership, absolutely great game. Absolutely great game. I enjoyed my time with it a lot. Still, I still think it, you know, it's missing like a little bit of the soul of the previous games, but I think it still holds up very well. It's a great experience all around, and you know, I don't think I disliked any like segment of that. I don't think I really disliked a single segment of that game, to be perfectly honest. So yeah. Very, very much enjoyed my time with it. And I really hope that maybe we'll get some more Mario and Luigi games in the future. So who knows? Ah, yes. And now we touch on probably what I mentioned it in the tier list video. This is without a doubt my favorite project so far. Like Legends of Kaeyalis is straight up my favorite project that I've ever done. It's just that I think it's honestly just that good. Despite everything, despite all the hiccups that I had, you know, along the way with DMing that, and you know, and you know, obviously, you know, there's some stuff that I changed, like, you know, part ways through production and all that. But you know, that's what happens when you workshop an entire Pokemon tabletop system like from scratch. Obviously, there's gonna be some holes every now and then. So you know, I mean, think of so I honestly think of that first group as just the official playtesters for this formula. And now because of you guys sticking with me and playtesting that adventure, I now have way more ideas that I want to use for stuff in the future. I'm even planning ways to like improve that. Fuck water shuriken. Yeah. Needless to say, there's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to be changed with that. A lot of stuff is going to be changed that. And yes, Glenn, you are exactly correct. With Legends EA out, yeah, there's so many new ideas because one thing that I've noticed with Legends EA in particular is it changed how a lot of these, it changed how a lot of moves behave. And I honestly think that it's a lot better, like obviously a lot of these moves were redesigned for a real-time battle formula and, you know, the free movement and all that. But remember, I also kind of dabbled around with the free movement as well. So now, seeing how all of these moves behave in a formula like that, I think really just kind of taught me of like my strengths and weaknesses as a DM, and it also just kind of showed me that I can indeed make a system like this from scratch and be confident in it. Yeah, sure. I think honestly, if there's one critique that I could probably give myself in like certain aspects of this project, I think I probably could have done a bit better with the story in certain aspects. I liked what I was trying to do, but I've already thought of a few ways to improve it. I've already thought of a few ways to improve it for the next time I do run this, because spoiler alert, yes, I do want to run another iteration of this in the future. I've already started talking with a few people who were interested in the previous iteration, but you know, never didn't have the availability, or I just ran out of slots for it. So yeah, yes, I very much would love to do another campaign of this in the future. Whether or not that is going to be in 2026, I have no idea. I guess it just really depends on obviously, you know, schedule wise, and here's the other thing, not to mention I'm also running another, you know, proper D&D campaign in 2026. So there is that. Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, I made the side villain more interesting than the actual villain. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Moon, yes, thank you for reminding me. Yes, that is still a massive goal that I am working toward. You know, I'm doing a lot of research into the ROM hacking scene. I would very, very, very much like to eventually make a Legends of Kalos ROM hack. I think it would be really, really cool to do. Not to mention, and you know, just kind of give me an opportunity to like tell a Pokemon story like that. So, and, you know, it would give me an opportunity to, you know, put some of these, creative assets to work and all that. Not to mention, I did find a resource that has Gen 5 style animated sprites for all of the current Pokemon. And then I actually found an artist on DeviantArt who has made custom sprites for all the new megas. The only thing I gotta figure out is whether or not this person has the back-facing sprites. Because if they don't, I might have to commission them. Let's just say. So, yeah. We'll see. But yeah, obviously, that's gonna be a massive thing in of itself, because like I said, I'm doing a lot of research into like the intricacies of making a Gen 5 game. Because, yeah, I could take the easy route and do Gen 3 or 4, but every fiber of my being is saying that Gen 5 is going to be have a lot more character to it. And obviously, you know, with the animated sprites and all that, I think it would be a lot better. And not to mention, I feel like I can probably do a lot of funny things with like the music too, the world. Oh, that's the other thing I'm probably gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to make some, I'm gonna probably have to make some like custom sprites for that. The Pro Tag, the Pro Tag is just gonna be like a, you know, the typical like boy girl selection. But my plan is for that, I could share some details with that, at least for what I'm thinking. The idea is that, a lot of the basically I have a plan for all of the player characters from the tabletop iteration to make an appearance in some way, shape, or form, as well as some of the rival characters being major players. So it's at one point or another, I would like to have all the player characters make an appearance. Some might be a bit more prominent in the story than others, but I would like to, you know, just give, you know, like obviously pay homage to everyone that play tested the story and, you know, the tabletop format. So yeah, I would very much like for all the player characters to, the plan is to have all the player characters make an appearance at some point down the line. Obviously, I gotta do a lot once you know, obviously with that research, I'm also kind of like, you know, I gotta map out the story a bit more. I've gotta kind of like, I've also gotta make a script. It's just, yeah, I would say this is gonna be, saying this is gonna be going to be a massive undertaking is an understatement, so yeah. Oh, good to know for that. Good to know for that if I do play Octopath Zero. Heard good things about it too. But yeah, so obviously, yeah. But all in all, Legends of Kalos was a great time, and you know, especially Legends of Kalos was a great time, and I really hope to improve on the formula for next time, improve the story, and now with ZA out, all of these new move behaviors, all of the new megas, yeah, the possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. Great project. All right, Trails Through Daybreak 2. Yep, our first Trails playthrough of 2025 was Daybreak 2. And it was kind of mid. I'm still not really the biggest fan of that game. And from all of the opinions that I've seen floating around, and that seems to be the very common feeling toward that game, is it didn't really advance the overarching plot of the Trails saga like really much at all. But that's not to say it didn't do much in of itself. You know, looking back on the game, I can appreciate what it did for Arkwright Solutions and their associates and all that. But as far as like the actual story goes, it's just kind of a mess. I still think it's just kind of a mess. Like straight up, I still think it's kind of a mess. I like the gameplay changes at least. You know, doing the EX change is fun. The new quartzes were great. And then obviously obviously like all the the new characters and whatnot. Yeah, exactly. It was the opposite of Berseria. Yeah, that's a great comparison actually. I never thought about it that way. Yeah, Tales of Berseria, I love the story, didn't like the gameplay. Daybreak 2, didn't like the story, loved the gameplay. So yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. It was very, very much too dependent on the whole rewind aspect of things. And then they don't even bother explaining like any of it until the end of your rant of Daybreak 2 during the tier list was a big factor in me choosing Reverie over Daybreak 1. That's more than valid. That's honestly more than valid, Anki. I will say though, Daybreak 1 is still fucking fantastic. Like, I would argue that Daybreak 1 is my favorite Trails game currently. Like, Daybreak 1 is amazing. And then Daybreak 2 comes along and it's just like, what the fuck are we even doing here? Like, what the fuck are we even doing here? And like, okay. And like I said, I do appreciate what they did for like a lot of the character moments and having like their like, you know, kind of like some of those growth moments, like Fairy and Catra getting moments like that was really nice. But everything else was just kind of It was just kind of Like the game couldn't decide on who they wanted as an antagonist, and you know, the twist villain that we got at the end of Act 3 was just a nothing burger. Like there was no sense of urgency, and he didn't even really pose a threat at all. Like it was just a jumbled mess. Like they basically, it felt like, you know, they just handed the reins to a freaking 10-year-old and he was throwing in whatever sounded cool. And I fully agree with you there, Dan, on both things. Yeah. Towards the end of the Crimson Beast that was such a freaking letdown. Like I understand what they were going for. But it just reaffirms my point of the series. Just like why can nobody in this series just stay dead? Obviously, you know, they pass on at the end and all that, but it's like, brother, this didn't need to happen. And yeah, Qasim is Zemiria's biggest fucking fraud. Like genuinely, I now understand why people just despise his. Osborn stayed dead. Yeah, but there are some characters in the series that just refuse to fucking stay dead. Like just straight up. I understand why people don't like Qasim now. Also, Sao and frickin' Fei Long or whatever the fuck his name was. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck all of them straight up. I don't get it at all. Yeah, and hey, say thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, Act 3's rewinds, they were everywhere. They were just everywhere. Like every time I thought we were making progress, something just comes along and says, oh, nope, you gotta go back to the start. Oh, but by the way, you're gonna keep the Genesis you just got because we're not going to explain that either. Why? It was the worst way to do a freaking plot MacGuffin. It was the worst way to do a plot MacGuffin trope, like genuinely. Like I love, and I think that's that part that stung the most about it is I love the concept of the Genesis in Daybreak 1. It was these mysterious orbments that were designed by Professor Epstein, and they were supposed to foretell of this, like, you know, this collect the Ocgenesis by the year 12X, or else all we know will come to an end. Like that sets such a cool precedence. That sets such a cool precedence for that. Oh, I love it. I loved it. And then in Daybreak 2, it's like, oh yeah, they just have the ability to turn back the hands of time, but only a set number of times because they want to observe like the desired outcome. What's the desired outcome then? What's the desired outcome? Like, explain, please. Also, I would also very much agree with you, Dan, and Reverie. Yeah, I will take the Reverie corridor any day over the rewind. Yeah, because the Reverie corridor is still useful. It's at least useful, and you know you can get items and, you know, other stuff out of that. The rewind feature just is the biggest freaking middle finger in the entire series. But yeah, all in all, honestly, I'm just hoping that Beyond the Horizon is, you know, I'm at least hoping the story is a bit more concise and that. But from what I've heard, it's definitely a step in the right direction for the rest of for at least the rest of the arc. I'm very excited to see what comes up with this next entry, especially considering, you know, we're getting returning characters like, you know, Reen, Rufus, Kevin, like the fact that we're bringing in characters from outside Calvard now officially. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is about to go fucking crazy. This is about to go crazy, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it. All right, but enough on that. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just to name a few. Oh, yes. Yeah, okay. So now we're going to touch on the first collab series that we undertook for this year. Baldur's Gate 3. I think if this series has proven anything, it's that Cyber and I should never be allowed in the same Discord call, let alone playing a game like this together, because good God, are we unhinged? Like, I'm never beating the unhinged allegations as it is, but when I am in the same Discord call with that fucker, oh my God, it's like it's like everything just comes to the surface and we just amplify each other's chaos. And then we add in Ryuga to the mix. Oh my God, it like, oh my God, like straight up. Oh, but this series has been so fun. Like, the fact that it took me this long to play Baldur's Gate, oh my God, dude. Oh, like, I now understand. I understand why people love it. It's literally just D&D the game. It's literally just D&D the game in a lot of aspects, and I love it, and I fucking love it. I love it. So Cyber for the It Takes Two collect. God, if I ever did do that game, it would be him or it would be either him or Ryuga, 100%. It would either be him or Ryuga because it would just be nothing but freaking bullshit, straight up. Oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we've had so many fucking clippable moments in that series alone, like straight up. I mean, there's the freaking Staff of Crones one-liner. There was, Ryuga getting sent to the freaking abyss. Cyber reclassing 4 times before we even got like 1% of the way through Act 3. Oh God, what else? I'm blanking. The bit of Cyber always playing badly whenever he had the opportunity to. Fucking me being the freaking Giga Chad Conquest Paladin. A combination of characteristics I don't think I ever would have predicted. And also Cyber breaking the game with Arcane Archer. Yeah, there's that too, obviously. Oh my God. Like, honestly, that playthrough has just been so fucking memorable, like straight up. Yeah, we've had, not to mention so many fucking quotes from that series alone. Like, I still think one of my favorite ones is just like, I'm making this guy my fucking Fent dealer. Like, now I have become Fent dealer. Yeah, Cyber carrying the items in the ribcage. I'd also like to point out that he has told me that when I gave him that fucking nuke, having the nuke. Yeah, well, when I gave him that nuke, he said, I have put it so deep in my inventory that you will never be able to find it. So basically what I'm hearing is you put it in a subfolder and another subfolder and then just subfolder like Inception. He's like, yes, that's exactly what I did. Like, genuinely, I love how just unhinged that we, like, unhinged and all the funny moments. But that just goes to show that, like, when you play a game like that with a friend, with, like, someone who's been in your life and you have such good chemistry with for that long, yeah, shenanigans always find a way to ensue. And honestly, I wouldn't change it for the fucking world. Like I said, we've had so much fun with that playthrough, and it's just been fucking magical. It's just been a magical experience, and I'm so excited to continue that. Because obviously we're gonna be continuing that into this year, into 2026. Because we've only just scratched the surface for Act 3, and we've got a lot of stuff that we've got to do yet. So look forward to more of that. Look forward to plenty more of that. Now we get to probably one of my personal favorite games for this year. Oh yeah, doing that too. Yeah, 2 people to freaking unalive. Xenoblade X Definitive Edition. Bro, you want to talk about one of my most hyped games for this year? Holy shit. Holy shit. I'm honestly so glad that I only like showed a fraction of the content that was available back when we played the original, because good God, like just getting to like revisit, like obviously getting to like properly revisit this game, and like with all of the new definitive edition content, and you know actually getting more like deep into the builds and all of that, like straight up I loved this playthrough. I loved this playthrough so much. And the thing is like, yeah, the thing is like, you know, there's still a lot of stuff in that game that I haven't done yet, and I may show someday if I'm feeling bored. You never know. Yeah, and the fact that it just came out of nowhere, where the shadow dropped there and said, oh yeah, this is coming out in March, by the way. Like, yes! It's like, Nintendo, I love you, but I hate you at the same time. Oh, but yeah, honestly, I think I love what we did with this series, like straight, like, you know, showcasing all the characters, showcasing all of their affinity missions, doing a lot of like the little sub arcs that you can do through the side missions, and then I think the biggest accomplishment was getting the Ares 90, and just bulldozing some of the late game content with that thing. Fucking cinema. And I love all the new characters too. Freaking Neil Nail, the Queen, Liesel, the fucking boss pilot, the boss ass pilot, and then Gajarg finally being playable. After getting shafted in the initial version. Thank God. Exactly, making the boy, yeah. Of course, who could forget Al Xenoblade? How's it poppin'? I love him so much. I love him so much. Like, he is how you do kind of like that legendary hero trope, and I fucking love him. I love him so much. He is the textbook definition of a goofy goober, and I love him. And while the new story, I feel maybe didn't hit home for some people, I enjoyed it. I maybe just wish, you know, that we could have maybe spent a bit more time on Mira before it just, you know, got devoured by the void. But you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. But I'm hoping that now that we haven't left on a cliffhanger, and now we've also, you know, expanded on the lore of the series a bit more, maybe in the future, this isn't the last we've seen of the Xenoblade X cast. Maybe at some point down the line, we'll see another chapter in this universe's story. And I would very much like if that is the direction Monolith chooses to go for the future. Because I mean, now that the Klaus arc is completed, maybe this is what they focus on next. Who knows? All right, and now obviously we go from one banger RPG to another. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. You want to talk about a game that wasn't even on my radar, like at all. Like, I didn't even know this game existed. I didn't even know that this was a thing that was coming up or coming out even. But I started seeing people talk about it. And I'm like, okay, so this must be pretty good. And then Rio made a video on it. And I was like, oh, if Rio's making a video on it, then it's probably going to be promising. And then Cyber played it and absolutely fell in love with it. So a little fun fact about that motherfucker. He is a freaking live service worm, as I call it. He has live service brain worms. A lot of what he plays is live service. Like, he plays a lot of Destiny 2, Warframe, stuff like that. Expedition 33 managed to tear him away from every single one of those live service games he was playing for the better part of a month. And that is not an easy thing to do. So the fact that a game was able to do that, I was like, oh, now I have to. Now I have to see it. Now I've got to see. Now I've got to understand what's going on with that. And now after playing it, I understand. I understand it. The thing is with that game is it is hard. And it is meant to be hard. It's basically just if Dark Souls was a turn-based RPG. And I like that. I like that aspect of it. Not to mention the build crafting was probably one of my favorite aspects of that. It reminded me of like Trails and Xenoblade in certain aspects. Like just the amount of shit that you are allowed to get away with is just insane. Like, I mean, and I'm not to mention the builds that we had for a lot of our core cast. So much fun. I mean, Verso being the enabler, and then, you know, just being able to occasionally occasional to pump out like, you know, insane amounts of damage. That was already one thing. Mael just being the absolute fucking demon princess that she is. Oh my God. So I've also found out that some people didn't even get the Gustav's homage skill. Oh yeah. I definitely lucked out by getting that because good Lord, that's some fucking uber good shit. And exactly, yeah, getting Daredevil and Gollum to voice in it, like, bro, you want to talk about getting an all-star cast for that game? Good Lord. All right. And then obviously, you know, Lune being your freaking elemental queen, Minoko being the all-arounder, and then CL just being, you know, crit machine. But yeah, I think the voice actors did a fantastic job with that. I mean, obviously Charlie Cox, you know, obviously shined a lot as Gustav, like for Act 1 and all that. And then Ben Starr just coming in and stealing the show as Verso. Oh my God. Jennifer English won Best Performance because of her role as Mael. I think that is just insane to think about. And you know, the voice actors for Seal and Lune did great too. Freaking Minoko is just like genuinely my favorite character. I love him so much. I love him so much. That reminds me, I still gotta go in and try the new content at some point as well, because you know that's you know, they added that after the Game Awards and all that. Seal was a monster. Oh hell yeah. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely love it. Exactly, but yeah, obviously, oh, best boy, but yeah, God, there's just everything about that game I just loved. And then to top it all off, you have just a masterpiece of a story. I love what they did. I love what they did with the story, and they weren't afraid to take risks. And you know, the twists and turns, especially at the end of Act 2. Oh my God. Like I said it once, I'll say it again. I have not felt this strongly about a game since Xenoblade 1. And I'm so glad that something like this has come along to just be like, oh my God. Other people like this just goes to show what happens when you're not, when a studio isn't blinded by like agendas or anything like that. And the choice at the end too, just, it really tugs at your heartstrings with that, just because definitively there is no true ending. It's either you keep feeding into the delusion or you just allow it to end and you move on with life. And I think that's such a beautiful message. That is such a beautiful message that a game can have. Or really just any story in particular is just, you know, it's just at what point do you stop lying to yourself and move on? I loved it. I definitely think Expedition 33 is my game of the year for certain, but I think Xenoblade X Definitive is a close second, I would say, for sure. Yes, and then obviously now we go from the game that made me feel all the good feels into a game that makes me feel bad feels sometimes. Marvel Rivals. Okay, straight up, yeah. This game has given me so much freaking content this year, it's not even funny. It is not even funny. Honestly, I'm very glad that I took a chance on getting into this game because I have a very spotty history with a lot of shooters, but I think it was, but I think it was more or less just the fact that, more or less the fact that, you know, it's Marvel and Marvel's my favorite comic franchise, period. So it's like, it has a lot, I see a game that has a lot of my favorite superheroes and I can play it with my friends. And it's like, at that point, it's just like, why not give it a try? And honestly, what I said yesterday, I'm going to double down on that. I'm actually way better at this game than I give myself credit for, because comparing my gameplay like from like in recent months to like when I first started playing this game, it's a night and day difference. But then again, I guess that can really be said both like with a lot of games, especially with, you know, shooters like this, where, you know, obviously you get better as time goes on. But oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Looking at some of the shit that like that. Oh my God, dude. Oh, starting out as a support main and then gradually transitioning over into a freaking tank menace. Honestly, I should have seen it coming. I freaking love, I love being a frontliner. And hey, anyone that says you can't do good damage on tank, delusional. I can easily pop 10k damage on a tank game, easy. Just give me freaking Mag with Gambit team up, Penny, or just give me a good Emma pop off, and I'll cook. I will absolutely cook. Also, no, I have not read any IDW comics at all. Really should though, probably. But yeah, all in all, I've definitely, Marvel Rivals is definitely a game that I definitely have had like a love-hate relationship with. Mostly just because, you know, obviously the community is kind of not good sometimes, but you know, occasionally you get into a few matches where you get some really genuinely good people that just, you know, want to help you improve, and you know, it's, you know, and they don't fault you for trying new things. And again, that's, you know, I think that was definitely the biggest thing that this game taught me, is that, you know, I can be good at games other than RPGs. And I honestly, I love that. I love the fact that this game kind of like opened my eyes and like, yeah, I can play games other than RPGs, and it's great. Yeah, exactly. We have like some of the most iconic voice lines, I would argue, like in shooter games now. Yeah, I just got armed and dangerous. Like, I would say all of the alt lines so far have just been nothing but iconic. Like straight up. And you can tell the voice actors have such a fun time, like, you know, voicing these characters and whatnot. And a lot of them have even reprised their roles from other Marvel projects too. Like the fact that they got like Cap's voice actor, he voiced him in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So the fact that he's back, and then Travis Willingham and Laura Bailey are reprising their roles as Thor and Black Widow respectively, which I think is fucking awesome. And then they got the OG voices for Rogue and Gambit back too. Like, awesome. Like, that's just so cool. But they're bringing back some of these like OG, like, or like some of these well-established voice actors, like in the like within the Marvel sphere, and bringing them back to reprise some of their most iconic roles. I love it. Will you try Overwatch or TF2? Well, I played Overwatch once before, but that was on console. I don't know if I ever will though. TF2, maybe someday. I don't know. But yeah, all in all, yeah, Marvel Rivals. I'm interested to see where it's going in the future. I know a lot of people have some mixed opinions on it right now, just because the this current meta feels really bad, and just, you know, obviously caters a lot to triple support, and, you know, that can make things a lot of that. It's just, yeah, I'm very interested to see what comes up with next year. I will say though also, and this might be a hot take, but them choosing to make the seasons 2 months long instead of 3 months long, and then adding a new character every month. I don't agree with that. I really wish they would have just taken their time with some of that. You know, just I kind of liked when the seasons were a month and a half long. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. It's not that I think the quality of the content is going down. I'm just worried about the future if they keep pushing the limits like that. So we'll see though. Maybe stuff will change. Maybe something will change next year. And yeah, obviously, yeah, Sayu is Deadpool because it's so fucking obvious. But yeah, I mean, season 6 is gonna be middle of January. We're getting Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone. Yeah. Honestly, I'm very excited. I'm cautiously optimistic for the future of this game. Very much so. Server quality issues. I mean, I haven't really had any issues. Well, I did have a few issues yesterday, but I mean, I think that was just because my overall connection has been so spotty the past few days. But then again, it's just, you know, winter storms and all that. So yeah, and the mod community. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, mod community always pops out for really any game. All right, moving on. Next we have Radiant Dawn, our second Fire Emblem playthrough for 2025, and one that we played we played almost twice. Because as you all remember, with the initial playthrough I was doing on console, and then my save file got corrupted. Yeah, so we had to do a bit of a run back of that, and I had to speed run through the game once because I had to replay it on another platform. But I would still argue that we got some of the best fucking content from that second playthrough. Despite everything, somehow we still managed to retain a lot of like everything everything from like the initial playthrough to the second. Micaiah was even more of a speed demon in the second playthrough. Aaron just continued the aura farming arc. He was on demon time from frame 1. Fiona being the undisputed MVP despite her being like obviously regarded as one of the most freaking underwhelming and underutilized units in the game, and for good reason. I still made it work though. I gave her the legendary Jarbethis, and she went to fucking town. Absolute cinema. And then well, okay. I still think one of my other favorite running gags is the Crimea Royal Knights just refusing to lock in. Like straight up, everyone that was on Joffrey's team, I feel just they smoked something. Makalov like spiked their drinks or something, and that's why he had to die. Because good God, none of them could fucking lock in to save their lives. Nephany on the other, and I don't count Nephany, because Nephany's technically not a member of the Crimea Royal Knights. Nephany is always locked in. We'll die on that hill. And then obviously, we had like a lot of great moments in and themselves. I mean, this is the first time in the 3 playthroughs that I've done of Radiant Dawn that I've done a playthrough with clear data. So I never got to see like a lot of like those extra scenes and whatnot. So a lot of my reaction to seeing those scenes for the first time was my genuine first time seeing them. Because obviously the background with Laran, getting more explanation on that. And then obviously the scene with Sephirin and Zelgius being there when Grail went berserk. And, them basically helping, basically making Ike forget about that so he wouldn't be scarred as a child. That was a really interesting scene. And I'm really surprised that I'd never seen that before. And obviously the real thing, obviously the real thing with that is I got to use Peleus for the first time, and oh my God, that boy was carrying. That boy carried the Iizuka map straight up. Oh my God, I don't think I've ever been more surprised. But then again, being like the only freaking dark magic user in the entire game, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't much more to say with that. I'm just very glad that I did give him the chance, get a chance to see him shine the way he did. Let's be really ever going to seriously use that ass that much all the way to the tower? No. Because you know who I did use in the tower? Fucking Renning. Used Renning for the first time in the tower, and that boy was on fucking that boy was actually coming in clutch. Giving him the brave sword, and then just watching him be an absolute fucking menace to society. Oh my God, yeah. And then obviously fucking Adept cancel Alencia. Fucking toxic. And then Alondite Lucia. I don't care what anyone says. Alondite Lucia will always be my go-to for the tower, straight up. Boy, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. But yeah, I really liked our tower squad, like straight up. And then obviously, you know, I think the other thing that I really like doing is actually like giving the dragons a chance to shine for that too. Because I mean, Kurth and Enna definitely kind of pulled their weight for a lot of those maps for sure. And then Nyla coming on clutch. Yeah, Rolf being on demon time for the second game in a row. That boy, Rolf could have unironically soloed Dagincia, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I would have 100% been okay with that, but honestly, you know, Nyla getting her licks in, and then Kurth getting the finishing blow, loved it. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, all in all, I think despite having to essentially start the playthrough over from scratch, I still think Radiant Dawn managed to be iconic in its own way, despite it being kind of a Fire Emblem game as a whole. I mean, it's great. It's definitely one of my most replayed ones. And I'm glad that the Let's Play of it was iconic. I'm glad the Let's Play ended up being iconic in its own right, for the good and bad. Ah, yes. Okay. Now we've got one of the shorter series for this year. No Sleep for Kaname Date. So I think Rio put it best in his review of the game. This definitely plays like more of a spinoff than an actual like main installment of the AI Somnium Files series, and that's honestly okay. That's honestly okay is the thing. Because I mean, after the absolute insanity of Nirvana Initiative, like, it's very obvious that Spike Chunsoft definitely they need time to put together these kinds of games, because the amount of twists and turns and all of the humor and all of the plot twists, like you can tell that there's so much that goes into these games that honestly, like, you know, a smaller spin-off entry like this, it's honestly a good thing. I'd say it's honestly a pretty good thing. I mean, it was great. Still did it as a try not to laugh, but it was like some of the humor, it felt like it really didn't have as much humor, or as much like, you know, like out of pocket, like suddenly like in your face kind of humor. But I mean, the puzzles were cool. I mean, the escape room sections were definitely challenging. But then again, that's what they were meant to be. So, but yeah, and you know, obviously getting to see kind of this like little intermission between the first game and Nirvana Initiative, that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Definitely not one that I would definitely not one that I probably would be like itching to replay at any point, but yeah, it was still a good time regardless. Yeah, definitely won't deny that. And now we've got our other big tabletop project for this year. Anki's campaign, Wings of Light and Dark. So, all in all, I think at least my current thoughts about that campaign is I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing, and not to mention, I think that the group that we have for that campaign is like. There's just something about that group that I just feel like we bring out the absolute best and also the absolute worst in each other. Like, straight up. I mean, just to go over our party comp, we got me playing a freaking bipolar / schizophrenic Way of Mercy monk. Ryuga playing a warlock who just gets booty calls from Asmodeus every once in a while. Oh my god, I still think back to that one scene. We're just, all right, so all of you slowly drift off to sleep. Except Saber. Fuck! That is still, without a doubt, one of my favorite moments of that campaign so far. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's just so funny. It's just so funny. Although it was so out of pocket, but I fucking loved it. And then we've got Kenyon, who's playing an Eldritch Knight. A very interesting Eldritch Knight, that's for certain. Zenny being the wild card personality-wise of the group was definitely not on my bingo card, but I mean, well, then again, I think him and I are both the wild cards, but I mean, I definitely can tell that, Veliana definitely has had her lot of really great moments, character-wise, I think that's definitely one other thing that I've come to realize is that Veliana and Zarin definitely have, like, a lot of, like, kind of unspoken chemistry character-wise, and I think we're definitely playing off of that point very, very well. And yeah, it's been a great time. It's been a great time. You took all the bitches for Krellin's team. Yes. Oh my god, that is all that, like, that I'd say with that and like, that and a few others are like definitely top 5 moments of the campaign so far. Oh my god. I'd say I would definitely put that at like number 2 or 3. I still think, though, my favorite moment of the campaign was GM. So GM hasn't really dabbled much in D&D before, so this is his first proper campaign. He's doing great, and I can tell he's having a great time too, especially considering that he got the biggest fucking get back of the campaign so far. I'm not even joking when I say that is probably my favorite moment of our 2025 sessions. Is we get to this big boss at the end of Act 1, and so TLDR, this boy's fucking big, like he's a freaking giant barbarian. So this motherfucker crits GM and he ends up going down. So I have to essentially change. So we essentially changed our strategy on the fly in order to try and, like, whittle him down as much as possible. So what do? I walk up to him and I try to hit him with a stunning strike. Only problem is this guy has a massive con modifier. So he would either have to, so he has to roll extremely low in order to get stunned. And that's exactly what happened. He failed the save, GM got back up, and we dogpiled him. And I'm talking like dogpiled him to the point where he did not get another action after that point. And the icing on the cake is GM dealt the killing blow. I said he got his fucking got back. He got his get back. And it was fucking deserved. It was absolute fucking cinema. It was absolute cinema. And that I think just encapsulates like some of the best aspects of D&D is just fights like that where you just get where it's like, oh shit, we might be in trouble here, and then you have that one good roll or that one failed save that the boss makes, and you're like, oh shit, wait a fucking minute. We're cooking here. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping to get Nightmare Eye running. Yeah, that too. Yep, that too, Dan. I will say, I definitely, I really enjoyed playing a Nightmare Eye too. Yeah, despite what you may think, I know myself and everyone else has had a great time with that campaign too. It's just showed me how fucking dummy good Twilight Domain cleric is. Oh, love it. Definitely gonna be definitely might be playing a cleric at some point in the later down the line. If not Twilight Domain, then I know the perfect subclass, Storm. Because I've seen Storm clerics and they are fun. They are very fun. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to what Wings of Light and Dark holds for us in 2026, because obviously we're going to be entering the next bit of the story and all that. So yeah, very excited to see what you got cooking, Anki. Very excited to see what you got cooking. And then we also did our very first Zelda playthrough this year. We did Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Definitely my favorite Zelda game out there. Straight up, I would say Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game. And just because, like, sure, it's very cartoony and all of that. The cartoony aspect of it definitely turned a lot of people off. But honestly, I think it's a great game and all of that. Besides, we got the absolute legend that is Jarbeefy. Jarbeefy, the hero of winds. Cinema. The Legend of Jarbeefy, the Wind Waker. Bro was woke with that wind. Honest. And so, like I said during the Wind Waker playthrough, and I'll mention it here for those of you guys that weren't here for that playthrough. Wind Waker holds a special place in my heart because my brother loves that game. We got the HD version for Wii U, and we actually spent a lot of time together putting together our own little mini guide for that. We call it the treasure chart locations, the locations of the charts, and and where to find all of that too. We also made a location for each heart container, quick tips for all the side quests. Basically, so like if either of us played the game ever again, we would have an easier time. So a lot of that stuff I did reference. Obviously, we didn't get everything in the game, but we did end at like 15 or 16 hearts, and we did get a lot of the we did get a lot of the treasure charts as well too. So I'd say we did quite a bit as far as like that game, as far as that game's content. And I actually had played Wind Waker before, the HD version specifically, but I never beat it. I think I got to just past the Tower of the Gods, and then I just never got back to it. So finally being able to beat this game, it was a good one. Honestly, it felt good. It felt good to finally have a concise playthrough of this game, and being able to kind of tie up a loose end, I guess, is the best way of putting it. So with that, so honestly, this is good. So it being available on the on GameCube, Switch Online, yeah, I think it was a good sign. That was a good sign. So. Yeah, I think it definitely will open up the window for more Zelda Let's Plays in the future. I just gotta figure out which one I want to do next. So that's gonna be the real thing. Also, I've heard that Okami is very good and whatnot. Obviously, I remember watching Chugga Conroy's Let's Play on it all those years ago and whatnot. So I have interest in the game. I just never played it, so might have to fix that at some point. Definitely might have to fix that at some point. And then we had our only Team Hydros playthrough of 2025, and that was Leaf Green. I will say I definitely wish I did more than one. Because I really do, like I said, I really do enjoy the concept of this series, and I do kind of like the self-imposed challenge of just sure, water is a plentiful type in like pretty much every region, but I think the real challenge for this series is going to be like using a lot of these water types not more than once. Obviously, that's going to be a lot of hard. Obviously, in a lot of cases, that's going to be kind of hard. But you know, honestly, I'm making do with the best that I can. I'm making do with the best that I can right now. But yeah, the Leaf Green playthrough, that was honestly a special one too. That was a special one too because as I mentioned, I had never played Fire Red or Leaf Green. I started my Pokemon journey in Gen 4, and the only Gen 3 game that I had ever played was Emerald. So being able to experience the Gen 3 remakes properly was honestly a nice little breath of fresh air. It definitely gave me a lot of appreciation, and obviously, you know, everything else with that game kind of opened my eyes to a lot of stuff with that game, with the Sevi Islands, and then obviously, and then obviously the other thing was how rough the early game was of that. Oh boy, yeah, only having Blastoise and Gyarados, and then Vaporeon for the first like half of the game. Oh boy, yeah, that was rough. And I imagine it's probably going to be more of the same in the future. But at the very least, we made it through. And honestly, I think we had a great team. Sure, I maybe kind of had a weird choice with Dragonite being, you know, a creature of the sky technically, but it can learn surf, so it is also a creature of the sea. And I fished up the Dratini, so it technically counts. Yeah, that was the other thing. Yeah, basically having all two final team members coming in the Safari Zone. That was something. And then obviously our final team member being Lapras. I mean, that was a shoo-in. So fun fact about that. Fun fact about that series is I had unironically planned to use Snorlax for the entire game. I was committed to using Snorlax for the entire game, and then I just so happened to fish up that Dratini. And I was like, oh, it's over. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Snorlax, but no, it's over. It's actually over right now. But yeah, exactly. So look forward to that. Yeah, at least in Johto you'll get a counter to electric early. Exactly. And that is without a doubt gonna be like one of the biggest things with that. For sure. And speaking of Pokemon, I think that was the next one we have up. Yes, the Soul Link. Nickton and I started our Soul Link this year. Oh my God, bro. That motherfucker stresses me out. I didn't think it was possible for that motherfucker to stress me out in ways other than FE. Good God. And we're not even done. We're not even done with the game, mind you. We're not even done. We're not even out of Iciris City yet. Oh my God. But I think we can all admit that the fact that we have made it this far should really say something. I mean, our teams are fucking stacked. Our teams are absolute fucking stacked, and the insanity of getting a full odds shiny. The absolute insanity of getting a full odds shiny before the first fucking gym. You can't make it up. Genuinely insane. And honestly, I wouldn't trade it. That shit was too funny. That shit was too good. And I mean, hey, we got some great Pokemon. We got some great links going. So I'm confident we'll go far. Whether or not we make it to the end, though, that is all up for the card. That is still up for debate. Exactly. Exactly, that too. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue that with Nick, obviously, because I know he's having a lot of fun with that. So yeah, the fact that we're able to finally do a proper Soul Link like this, and then obviously, you guys influencing the run with the wheel, obviously, because we didn't do any Nuzlockes in 2025 other than the Soul Link. So yeah, the wheel finally getting its freaking clap back and storing up all its freaking juices or whatever for all this time. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and you guys got the surprise Nickton face reveal too. So there was also that too. So yeah, that was also a fun thing with that. But yeah, very, very excited to see what the rest of the Soul Link has for us. Then we move on to our second Trails playthrough for this year, Trails in the Sky First Chapter. Loved it. Loved every second of it, despite the early game bosses being kind of bullshit. That was really the only thing though. But then again, that's just kind of how it is all the time. The early game bosses are usually some of the hardest, and then you get to the end, and then it's just like, oh shit, now we're cooking. So, all in all, I'm so happy I waited. I'm so happy I waited for the remake. I'm so happy I waited for the remake, because definitely looks like it improved on a lot of the stuff from the OG. Because obviously the OG suffers a lot from first game syndrome, and it came out in 2004, so it's very dated. But finally getting to experience where the series began after all this time, I now understand why everyone loves Estelle and Joshua, and well, the Skycast as a whole, really. Oh yeah, Dan asked for how I like that ending. I'm gonna smack Joshua when we get him back in second chapter. I understand why. Oh, but he's gonna feel the wrath of 1,000 suns. He is gonna feel the wrath of 1,000 suns for sure. Yeah, and the rage boost mechanic is kind of bullshit. Like, I get it, it's meant to be the boss's form of overdrive, and I get it, it's a way of balancing, but oh my god, bro, the stat ups, just, ugh. But hey, that's why we have all cancels. And that too, yeah. And then, I think the Weissman reveal was definitely the one that caught me by surprise for sure, because I knew something was going to be up with Alba. With just kind of the uneasiness and kind of this the overall sus feel. I didn't expect him to be a fucking Anguis of Ouroboros. I genuinely did not expect him to be a freaking Ouroboros Anguis. So yeah, he's gonna get what's coming to him in second chapter. At least I fucking hope, so yeah. But I already knew who he was, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, because I think that was the other thing that I kind of had an advantage with going into that game is I knew some of the background. With the Sky trilogy, before going into it. I knew some of it, but I didn't know all of it, and I didn't know the story at all. I knew some of the character moments, and obviously I knew the names, but finally getting to experience all of this, it in proper, magical. It was absolutely magical, and I'm so excited to see the second chapter remake next year. I'm so excited. So excited. Yeah, the fact that he went into the Four Towers, yeah, I wonder what's gonna fucking happen. And it's also not like we saw him fucking light up like Christmas trees in the freaking teaser, too. Oh, yep. Also, Dan, fun fact about Weissman, shoot. Because like I said, I don't know anything about these characters. But yeah, exactly. And I have a new favorite with Chloe. Yes, I love Chloe. Bro, I'm finally getting to see a bit more of her character. I'm finally seeing more of her character in proper, instead of just through side scenes in CS4, and then obviously the memories in in Reverie. Yeah, So before Sky, what was your recommendation to be first in the series? Probably Cold Steel 1, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, remake out the best choice option. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I definitely say I definitely say Sky First Chapter Remake is a great starting point for the series. After that, I would definitely say it's Cold Steel 1 because it introduces a lot of like, you know, the stuff that would become more modern plays for a lot of games. And he's the one who Bell replaces the third Anguis. Oh, I see. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Because yeah, her filling that basically implies there were a vacancy. Now I know who it is, so I guess it's Get Back. Oh, God, drink. But yeah, all in all, I very much enjoyed Trails in the Sky First Chapter Remake. I'm definitely glad that I waited to start on Sky until the remake was announced. So, and the fact that they're doing Second Chapter Remake, hell yeah. But now that begs the real question though, is whether or not they're going to remaster the entire Sky trilogy before the next chapter in the Calvert arc. That's not, see, now that's gonna, but yeah, because I've been thinking about that. Because obviously they've been on a roll with remastering, you know, with remaking the Sky trilogy for modern audiences, which is, I think, is a great direction, getting people to experience a chance to experience where the series started. But are they gonna go all the way and do the entire trilogy before doing the next chapter in the Calvert saga? Falcom has said that they're going to slow down. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I would very much prefer that they take their time with that stuff for sure. I mean, if we gotta wait a couple years for the next game after Sky Second Chapter Remake, then and honestly, that's fine. Honestly, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Because yeah, it just gives more time in the oven because I imagine if there is going to be another chapter in the Calvert saga, which I would imagine there probably is. We don't even know the first thing. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of faces in Ouroboros that we just haven't seen yet. Who knows? We might even see one or two in Beyond the Horizon potentially too. But I know that game's gonna be fucking meaty, so I'm definitely gonna be taking my time with that game for sure. And then, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I didn't have Pokemon Legends EA on here for some reason. Huh, that's weird. I must have forgot to add that on there. But yeah, the other one we did, the other thing that we did, and the other thing, obviously, the one that I, for some reason, isn't on here is Pokemon Legends ZA. Legends ZA, oh my goodness gracious. So, yeah, I said it at the end when we finished the DLC, I'll reiterate it. Yeah, ZA has dethroned Pokemon Platinum as my favorite in the series. Like, I didn't think that was going to be possible, but wow. I mean, where do I even start with ZA? The switch from turn-based to real-time was something that I didn't think would be like all that good, but the more I played it, the more I loved it. The more I realized they just did the Xenoblade formula. They essentially just did the Xenoblade formula, and I love it. Moves being on cooldown instead of PP. Obviously, Pokemon following you around and, moving around and repositioning around the battlefield to avoid moves. The gameplay was just so good. It was just so good. I loved every second of it. Yeah, and ooh, sorry, I got phlegm in my throat. And this game was the follow-up that Gen 6 so needed, and it's so deserved. Like, seriously, this game renewed my love for Gen 6. Like, I always said that Gen 6 has some of the richest lore in the Pokemon, and it did a lot for the world building. It's just a shame that it felt that, X and Y just felt kind of rushed. It just felt kind of rushed was the sad part. But thankfully, thankfully Gen 6 got their get back with this game, because not only did Zygarde get the spotlight game it absolutely deserved, we got obviously Lysander getting a redemption arc, which is not something I ever would have expected, but honestly, I think it's kind of beautiful. We got to see more of AZ's story and ultimately culminating with him finally getting to rest after being alive for 3,000 years. Just, oh, I did not expect to cut that deep. I did not expect that to cut that deep. Just, it was beautiful. It was actually a very beautiful moment that I was not expecting. And all the new characters too. All the new characters too. I mean, I love everyone in Team MZ. Naveen maybe a little less because he's fucking ultra giga simp for Canary, but that's neither here nor there. Lita and Tawny though. Lita and Tawny are my fucking queens, and I will stand them till the end of time. I will stand them till the end of time. Okay, look, Jacintha's just unapologetically French, and she's got that rich girl syndrome going on. So, but yeah, I will admit, but I can't deny though, she has one of, if not the single best battle theme in the entire game. The children yearn for Electro Swing. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. The Karina and Emma glow ups. I mean, just so good. It's just so good. And I mean, I'm also just super impressed by the fact that despite the game taking place in just entirely within Lumiose City, it still felt like it didn't feel small or condensed. Like, sure, obviously I've seen the complaints about the city not feeling like alive at all, but I mean, it was still fun to explore. I mean, being able to run around the rooftops, find rare Pokemon early, it just worked. It just worked. And I'm honestly impressed. I'm honestly impressed that they managed to make that work. Exactly. We put up with Jacintha for Lebane. And all of the major trainers too were great too. I mean, Vinny was cool. Tarragon and Canary, I love that, their relationship I think is really cool. And then we had frickin' Ivor and Gwen. Ivor just being the textbook definition of a himbo. Just so funny. So funny. And then we got the frickin' Rust Syndicate being the unexpected good guy mafia. Well, they're more anti-heroes more than anything. But they finally gave the Pokemon community their short king, and I fucking love that. I love that so much. Yeah, but then afterward we have Lebane and Jacintha. Lebane just fucking crazy, and I love her so much. And then, surprisingly, Team Flare Nouveau. I actually very much like the arc for Team Flare Nouveau, where they were basically trying to, change the public's perception of Team Flare into like, this is not what we want to be. And they wanted to do that by winning the ZA Royale and saving the city. And I think that's a really cool direction for them to go. And I love their theme too. And yes, Heisei, I was just about to say that. And I'm so glad that with all of the new megas that we got, for ZA, the game also fixed one of the biggest complaints that I had with X and Y and also Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Barely any bosses had mega evolutions. Like, you introduce all of these cool new forms and yet no one to take advantage of them other than the player. Like, that just feels shallow and incomplete in a sense. But instead, we fixed it in the best way possible. Nearly every major boss in ZA used a mega evolution. And it was usually always new ones. Oh yeah, and I can't forget her favorite donut maker. Yeah, Ansha was great. I fucking love Ansha. She's so adorable and I love her. She is precious and I will protect. But yeah, and I'm gonna give you all a hot take here. I like all the new megas in at least some aspect. Some I like a little less than others, but a lot of them I do enjoy. Yeah, and the broken shiny charm was also a great moment too. But hey, Worked at the end. It worked at the end of the adventure, that's for sure. That's for freaking certain. And also, like I had mentioned with the Legends of Kaeyalis segment earlier, seeing how all of these like moves work in like a real-time environment, and you know, with like the movement and all that, it's given me a lot of inspiration. It has given me a lot of inspiration for just, you know, for other projects in the future. And I think that's what I love about ZA the most. Okay, that's a lie. The thing I love about the ZA the most is they gave my favorite Pokemon of all time a Mega Evolution that was so justfully deserved, and it's Water Dragon type. It's my favorite type combination in the entire game, and I don't care if it looks stupid. I don't care if people think it looks stupid. I will die on the hill that the Mega Feraligatr is the fucking best Mega Evolution of ZA. So anyway, Jarbethis. We also, yes, I also absolutely loved our team. I loved the team that I finally settled on for the end. We obviously had our GOAT, Hydros, the starter. Getting to use a Delphox properly was awesome. You know, it's a shame that, you know, I couldn't use Moon's Mega for a majority of the playthrough, but she got to shine in the DLC. She got to shine in the DLC, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And then Anki being the absolute fucking menace, just reaffirming my love for Hawlucha. Just straight up reaffirming my love for Hawlucha. Oh yeah, second shiny Snorunt becoming our Mega Frostlass. So that was awesome. And then I already touched on Jarbethis. Jarbethis just being our fucking our unofficial mascot. And then last but certainly not least, we had Megatron. Montez Hawlucha jump scare, exactly. That's one of my, I still think I love that bit. And then we had, we messed around with the last team slot quite a bit, but ultimately settling on Aggron being our last team member as our tank. I think it worked out pretty good. I think that worked out pretty good. I would have probably ended up using Noivern, but with the real-time battle system, having a designated tank to swap into like that definitely paid off in the long run, especially since Mega Aggron is bulky as hell, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, and then switching up stuff for the DLC. Obviously, we had Major Burrows come in clutch for some of the DLC. And then obviously we use Zygarde quite a bit. Even Floette got a chance to shine. Even AZ's Floette got a chance to shine during the Darkrai fight. So yeah, I'm honestly kind of glad that we swapped around a lot of the team members. The further we got in and all that. So yeah, ZA was great. ZA was great, and honestly, I'm already thinking of other excuses to play it in the immediate future. Yeah, Wolf. Oh yes. Wolf and Fee being early game megas was great. Tackle was there too as the Ampharos. Obviously we had Captain Falcon, the Talonflame. Yeah, we floated around a lot of different team members for that playthrough. Loved it. Loved every second of it. Loved every second of that play of ZA. So I will say though, looking back on it, the DLC is kind of in some aspects, but I mean, we did get a lot of new megas. I mean, sure, one of them was freaking Tatsugiri, but you know what? At this point, it's just whatever. But yeah, all in all, yeah, the DLC is very grindy, and yeah, that can be. I think it's kind of a turnoff. That's a turnoff that I can definitely see getting a lot of people. But honestly, it was no Tatsugiri slander on my watch. Okay, guys, let me let you in on a little secret right here. I'm starting to warm up to it. My initial disdain is starting to fade, so much so that I'm actually planning to use one in a future Team Hydros series. Maybe I'll even use it in 2. I mean, I'm gonna have the perfect opportunity to, so yeah, I'll just leave it at that. But all in all, yeah, ZA yeah, new favorite Pokemon game of all time, and it's not even close. I think it's just something about the magic of the real-time combat system. It's just so Xenoblade coded, and it just resonated with me so much. All the new Mega Evolutions, loved all the new characters. I kind of like the direction, and I'm very, very interested to see where the Legends series goes in the future. Please, 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 I am begging you guys. If we get a Legends, I'm begging you, Game Freak, if we get a Legends Unova, take your time with this shit. Like, I want to see the original dragon. I want to see the original dragon. Take your fucking time on that shit. Take your fucking time on that shit. I'm not going to, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, yeah, exactly. Unova needs more love. I really want Legends Unova, man. But I have a feeling maybe it's not gonna be the next thing because AZ mentioned in that letter in the post game that he was in Galar when the Darkest Day hit, like the first Darkest Day. So maybe we get a Legends Galar game in the future. Could be. Could be. All right. So honestly, and that is all of our all of the things that we did this year. Obviously we did a few other random streams here and there. But those were the big series that we undertook this year, and there were a lot of them. So with all that being said, what Let's Plays and other projects await us in the big 2026? Gen 5 remakes happening before Legends Unova? Probably. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, what other Let's Plays and other stuff await us next year? So let's go ahead and get into that. So obviously, our first big series that we are going to be getting into next year is the one we are going to be undertaking starting tomorrow. Trails Beyond the Horizon. I apologize for the poor image quality. I had to zoom in a lot on this. So yes, obviously we are going, so Beyond the Horizons is definitely going to be our first big series for 2026. Because we have the demo out that currently I have not played through yet, so we're going to be doing that, and that should hopefully buy us over enough time until the game comes out in a few weeks. Very excited to undertake this one. So one thing that I would like to put out in the open with this, I am not marathoning this game. At the very most, I'll be playing this game maybe twice a week, at the very least, because like I said, I want to take my time with this game. I want to take my time with this game because it'll give me more opportunities. It'll give me more opportunities to grind if necessary, finalize builds, and just try and soak it in a bit more, because I want to try and like make this last as long as I can. So then hopefully we should only have like maybe a few month gap between this and Sky Second Chapter Remake when that comes out at the end of the year. So yeah, very excited for Trails Beyond the Horizon. But then next up, we've also got some reoccurring series. The first one is obviously D&D, because we have got both Wings of Light and Dark and Arcane Protectors to look forward to in the big 2026. So obviously, Anki's campaign, we're still going to be running that every other Saturday, and I would like to hopefully follow suit and run Arcane Protectors every other Sunday afternoon. So big things coming up with both of those campaigns. Very much looking forward to see what we got in store for each one. Well, I kind of know what's in store for Arcane Protectors. Y'all don't though, but I don't know what's coming up for Wings of Light and Dark. So yes, very much looking forward to playing more D&D next year. Yeah, really not much more to say on that. Speaking of D&D though, obviously we are going to be continuing the Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough in 2026 as well. We have made it to Act 3, so we are in the final, we're not exactly in the home stretch yet, but we are getting there. So obviously we'll keep an eye out for that. Obviously it'll be primarily myself and Cyber. Ryuga will join us when he can. So yeah, definitely going to be aiming to finish this one by the end of the year for sure. It just depends on availability and when we can and how long we can play. And so now we're going to be touching on some new series that we've got coming up here. The first of which is the next Team Hydros playthrough. Pokemon Soul Silver version. And how fitting that we do Soul Silver, because currently Chugga Conroy is doing his Let's Play of Pokemon of Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So this is a great time to get into it. Obviously I'll be playing Soul Silver version because Lugia. So yeah, that'll be our first big Pokemon project of 2026. I probably won't start it until after we finish the Soul Link, though. I probably won't start until after we finish the Soul Link. That is for certain. That is for certain. But the other big thing, we're gonna be finding some time to play Platinum this year. We're finally gonna play some Platinum this year. But not just any Platinum playthrough. Now that I have the randomizer program, this is going to be our next Nuzlocke. And not just any Nuzlocke, ladies and gentlemen. Pokemon Platinum is going to be our first extreme randomizer Nuzlocke. In case you don't know what that is, extreme randomizer is everything. Randomized encounters, randomized typings, randomized move pools, TMs, items, the whole 9 yards. No. So, this is definitely going to be a fun one. Because maybe not random evolutions. Maybe that'll be a future one. But for the time being, we're doing it. So once the Soul Link, definitely once the Soul Link is done, we're gonna be doing an extreme randomizer of Platinum, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be very fun. I'm also throwing a little bit of twist too, because if you guys know the Pokemon content creator Purple Cliff, he actually did a series of that over the last few years where he did it as like a try not to laugh, where every time he laughs a Pokemon dies. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but maybe I'll add in like a thing on the wheel to redeem or something like that, where maybe we'll go like a try not to laugh mode for a bit. Yeah, but yeah. The reason I'm gonna be doing it in Platinum is kind of just because I was enjoying that series when it came out. So yeah. Very much looking forward to doing that. I think it's going to be very, very, very chaotic. But speaking of other playthroughs, hopefully we'll be able to do more than one Team Hydros playthrough this year. So after we do Team Hydros Soul Silver, Pokemon X is next on the chopping block, because I desperately want to do Team Hydros ZA. I desperately want to do Team Hydros ZA, and this is going to be the way that we do it. This is absolutely going to be the way that we get there, because obviously I'm going to play X. I'm going to need to play X and Y first. I am going to need to play X and Y first, and this is going to be our segue to do that. Soul Silver is definitely gonna be a priority for the first playthrough, because obviously we did that. Maybe Storks will get a chance this time. Yeah, right? Exactly. But yeah, Pokemon X is definitely going to be next up after that, for sure. And then speaking of, obviously we're gonna be finishing the Soul Link this year, one way or another. We're near the end, but I mean, obviously, depending on how far we get, or, even if we do get to the end, that is. But yeah, either way, one way or another, the Black and White Soul Link will be continuing in 2026. Hopefully, Nickton will be able to resume it this coming Saturday. I'll have to check. I'll probably check with him tomorrow or on Friday. But yes, so that is obviously going to be our other big Pokemon project for this year. Whether or not we beat it, completely up for debate. Completely up for debate on that. I could probably, let me do I'm gonna switch up the music really quick here. But now we get into the moment you guys have all been waiting for. We're now getting into the Unrevealed series. We're getting now into the unrevealed series that I have planned for this year. All right, so actually, all right, so I don't remember the exact order in which I had these, so I'm gonna just double check this really quick here. Yeah, let me just double check. I'm just gonna double check the order this really quick here. Okay, let's actually no. We have one more game that's gonna be the game that I played this year that's gonna be carried over into next year, but this really shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody. Yeah, we're doing more Marvel Rivals this year. So one of the big Fair Play Hotel Mario. No. So one of the big ideas that I had for this year and for Marvel Rivals in particular, obviously this was kind of just a one-off game that I played when I didn't really have much else that I wanted to do. I would like to make a reoccurring series with this game in particular. So obviously yesterday I had that really good day in ranked. So basically what it is, it's just cemented the fact that I really want to give this series idea a try. What I want to do is I want to take some time each season, whether it's like, you know, once a week, once every other week or something like that, maybe on an off day. And I want to do solo queued ranked, and I want to see how far I can go each season. Maybe ultimately cultivating and maybe hitting Grandmaster for the first time. Maybe. Keyword, maybe. Obviously, but yeah, obviously I very much am looking forward to doing more Rivals this year. But I think like, you know, like a low to GM rank kind of series, I think would be kind of cool. Seeing how far seeing how far I could climb each season on my own, that sounds pretty cool. And then obviously we'll still have some games with Derps incorporated, as we always do, because now even more people have joined in the fray with this, with the game. So lots more content coming up with that in the future. All right, now for real this time. So we get into our first unrevealed series of 2026. And I thought about it a little bit, and I think this is going to be the game we're going to start on Friday. I think that, yeah, this is going to be the game that we're going to start on Friday. So, fun fact about this in particular. I've actually played this game before on stream. I've played this game before on stream, but I only showed off a portion of the game itself. So, because of that, I think it's time we finally tie up loose ends with this game in particular. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, baby. My favorite of the GBA titles, and a game that we have only seen half of. Because, if you recall, back when I first started streaming, this was the first Fire Emblem game that I streamed. And we only did the Erica route. We never did the Ephraim route. So, we're gonna fix that. So, starting on Friday, we're gonna be playing Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, the Ephraim route in particular. Near Perfect Erica still makes me laugh good. It still makes me laugh to this day too. And it's probably gonna be even worse with this one. Yep. Yeah, so I'm very excited for this one in particular because I'll basically be doing it on a fresh file too, because Sacred Stones is on Switch Online now. So I'll have the perfect means to play it, and obviously I'll have restore points and all that. So honestly, I'm kind of glad that I waited to do this until now. So yeah, we're gonna start that on Friday. That'll be our first Fire Emblem playthrough of 2026. And now, next up, obviously I talked about this before, but just to cement it, Trails in the Sky Second Chapter Remake. Yep, this is an absolute no-brainer. We all knew this was coming. So, obviously this isn't gonna be for a while. Because the game isn't even out yet. So obviously whenever that releases in the fall, we're obviously going to be undertaking that game as well. Very excited to see that. Yeah, fall 2026 is when it's coming out. So yeah, that's obviously a no-brainer, but figured I would just confirm it for the sake of confirming it. All right, now we get into this next game. So this next game, it is in a genre. It is in a genre which I typically don't really dabble in too much. I was never really a fan of the games in this style. That wasn't until I heard about how good it was, about how different it was, about how it takes basically all the best aspects of the games in this genre and basically turns it into something of its own identity, and it's become a very, very well liked game. So much so that I debated even playing it this year. Like I debated even playing it this year is the thing, but I didn't because hang on, I got it. Oh, thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. So, because of that, but because of you know, like the time crunch and the time frame and whatnot, I didn't really see a good opportunity to slot it into this year's lineup. But I think with everything that I've seen and heard, as well as just, you know, as well as everything else, you know, and just needing want to try something different, I think now is the perfect time to play Dispatch. If you've heard anything about this game, yeah, it's good. It's good. And from what I've seen, and from what little I've seen of it, yeah, this is going to be a fun one. See, yeah, Ryuga was part of it. Ryuga absolutely was part of it. For sure. But this wasn't the main game he was telling me to play. That was Final Fantasy 16. He's still trying to get me to play 16, but you know, that's someday. Someday I'll play Final Fantasy 16. But yeah, I've heard a lot of great things about Dispatch from what I've seen of the first 2 episodes, it looks really fun and it looks really funny. The humor looks right up my alley too. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm very eager to play this. I've never really been a fan of like these like kind of ripple effect games or like the Telltale style games, but I think this will be fun. All right, so next up, so I don't know when I am going to do this. This actually might end up being one of the first games that we tackle this year. I guess it just depends on when I want to slot it in. But fun fact about this next game in particular, this last Christmas, so 2024, my brother actually gifted me this game on Steam. He said that he absolutely loved it. And what he messaged me was, he's like, I think that you're really gonna like this game because I think it's right up your alley and it's very kind of like Mario RPG kind of esque. And I think, and I looked more into it. Apparently I guess this game won Best Indie Game of 2023, and I actually did not know that at the time. So I'm fine. So I think now is a great time to finally make good on my promise to my brother and play Sea of Stars. So I know nothing about this game. I've watched a few trailers for it, and it looks really interesting. And I kind of like the overall, like the feel of this. And it definitely looks very Mario RPG-esque. And you know, like I said, and my brother recommended it to me. He went out of his way to gift me the game on Steam. Honestly, I'm eager to give it a try. I'm eager to give it a try. I need some new good RPGs. And hey, I took a chance on Clair Obscur and absolutely loved it. So why not take a chance on an indie game like this, especially one that won that won Best Indie Game of 2023. So look forward to that. I'm looking forward to this one in particular. It's going to be good. It's going to be very good. All right, next up. So this is another game that we played. This is another game that we played years ago initially. And it recently became available once again. So I honestly was going back and forth whether or not I wanted to play this on the original console or the re-release. And honestly, I don't think it even really matters at this point, because either way, with it kind of being back in circulation, I don't really have much of an excuse to not play this anymore. Mario Galaxy 2. It's been a hot minute since it's been a hot minute since we have tackled a Mario game, and I think now's a good time to do Galaxy 2. It's recently become available on Switch 2, and I have the OG on Wii, so I have my options on how I want to play it. So either way, I think now's a good time to do it. Now is a great time to do it, for sure. I mean, see, the thing is, like, I have very fond memories of the first Galaxy game, but Mario Galaxy 2 is one that I know I've played a lot, but I don't recall ever beating. I don't recall ever beating it. So this is going to be a great time to do that. This is absolutely going to be a great time to tackle Mario Galaxy 2. And before you ask, yes, we are going for 100%. That's the idea, at least, because some of those missions in that game can be really brutal. So yeah. Is it because the Mario Galaxy movie's coming out next year? Okay, that's also kind of part of it too. All right. Oh God, okay, all right, this next one. I know I'm gonna turn some heads with this one. I know I am gonna turn some heads with this one, and I am going to regret doing this, because I'm gonna have so many people in my ear for this one. Oh boy. Okay, so I went back and forth whether or not I wanted to do this game this year, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized I was going to have to dive down the rabbit hole eventually. I've heard so many people talk about it. They say it's amazing. I've had so many people tell me that I would enjoy it. So I'm going to take another chance this year. I'm going to take another chance this year and finally delve into Digimon for the first time. That's right, motherfuckers. We're playing Time Stranger this year. We are playing Time Stranger this year. I'm committing to it. All I have heard about this game is that it's fucking good, is that it's fucking goated. And it's like, and Ryuga has been trying to get me into Digimon for years now. So I think with everything that I've heard about Time Stranger and just seeing it everywhere, yeah, we're doing Time Stranger this year. I'll co-com if you want. I might take you up on that offer, Dan. I might take you up on that offer. So yeah, look forward to that, because if it wasn't obvious, I know nothing about this franchise at all. I know nothing about this franchise at all. So this will be my first experience with Digimon. So this will definitely be interesting. This will definitely be a very, very, very interesting series. Well, the fuck are you gonna complete Persona 4 Golden? So I don't have it on here, but if I do find some time, I do want to do a fresh playthrough of Persona 4 Golden. Not even season 1 or 2 and upcoming ones? Nope. Okay, well, I have some experience with the Digimon anime, but it's very, very shallow. Like, I remember watching like maybe a few episodes of the anime like when it aired on TV when I was in elementary school, and I watched it because I was curious. Like, I've never played any of the games, any of them. So I figured, I've heard great things about Time Strangers, so I'm all in. I'm all in on this. So I figured, why not? Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying, Moon, I definitely do want to find a time to maybe do Persona 4 Golden eventually. Here's the thing though. I don't know if I want to do it now, because as you guys remember, the Persona 4 Golden Revival project got announced. So we know a remake of the game is coming. Just don't know when. So whether or not I want to play the OG or the remake, I don't know. I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up sitting on that for a bit. But that might not be the, but I might do another Persona project this year that I just remembered that I have. So, yeah, it just didn't make it on the slideshow. I'm basically everything that's on the slideshow now is just stuff that I immediately thought of that I definitely want to do this year. Definitely, yeah, P3 Reload for sure. Yeah, definitely P3 Reload is on that, but I'm kind of more thinking of another Persona game that's on the, that I could do beforehand. Persona 5 Strikers. The, the sequel and the hack and slash. I didn't think about it until now, but honestly, it would be kind of a fun, different one to do. Because, I mean, I have the game. I've beaten it. So, honestly, yeah. I mean, if I can't think of any other Persona projects to do this year, I probably will definitely do Strikers for sure. And whether or not I want to do Reload, Reload might be on the agenda for this year too, for sure. But yeah, thinking about it, yeah, definitely, if I do another Persona project this year, it'll definitely be Strikers first. And if I do want to decide, I'd probably do Reload. I don't know if I play the old Persona games though, 1 and 2. I don't know if I got it in me to do those really. Because those ones are dated for sure. All right. Well, I only got one other game on the slideshow here that I have for 2026, but here's the big thing with this one in particular. All I know is that it's coming out in 2026. I just don't know when. Fortune's Weave. Obviously, this was revealed in the last Nintendo Direct, and it was slated to be coming in 2026. Just don't know when. So, until we get more information on this game, I'm just gonna kind of be waiting with bated breath until we get more information on it. So yeah. I mean, even if we don't get it until maybe the second half of the year, or maybe even not until 2027. But I mean, we know it's coming. Whether or not it comes out this year is debatable, to say the least. Yeah. I mean, if anything, they might actually just reveal a They might also reveal a just like a designated direct, like maybe in the months leading up to its release. Yeah, I don't know. Either way. But yeah, those are all the immediate ones that I had on mind at the time when I made the slideshow. There are a couple other projects that I do have potentially in mind for next year. Snow Musume. God, maybe I'll make that like a sub goal or something like that. But yeah, that's really all the end of the slideshow. So yeah, looking back on all we did this year was great. So I figured I'd take probably this next little bit here to talk about some other things that I have potentially upcoming for next year as well. So one idea that I had for this year that I potentially wanted to do, ended up not doing because I just really couldn't figure out like the finite details. But I did, so there was one idea that I had in particular for a fun little weird series. And it might honestly be something that we do maybe in between the Pokemon Nuzlockes. So how many of you guys remember Super Smash Brothers Brawl's Adventure Mode, the Subspace Emissary? How many of y'all remember that? Okay, so now that you've dug up a recessed memory, what if we did that as a Nuzlocke? What if we did Subspace Emissary as a Nuzlocke? Yeah. That weird. We're talking that weird. Yeah, like I said, I initially wanted to maybe do this series this year, but I just never got around to it. So yeah, that's one thing for sure. That's one thing I definitely want to try for sure to figure out at this point is do a Subspace Emissary Nuzlocke, because I mean, as dated Brawl is, like, I think doing a Nuzlocke of that game just sounds really fun, and I feel like it'd be like a really nice like self-imposed challenge of that for sure. So yeah, that one I think will probably be on the agenda that I want to try at some point for sure. And then the other thing, I didn't put any other games of this series on there, but maybe I'll do I am debating on whether or not I want to do another Zelda series this year. Because there are a few options that I could do. Because obviously we have the Switch 2 versions of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so I could do Breath of the Wild. I alternatively could maybe find a time to get the Wii U back from my brother, and maybe we do Twilight Princess HD. Oh my God, Boone, thank you for reminding me. Because I just remembered this little piece of information. Because there is a You Laugh, You Lose series that we could technically continue. The Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Sky Badly Translated run. It has come to my, so I learned that the maker of that hack finished the post-game story, and I think they did all the special episodes as well. So we could do that as well. Could have the return of the Party Crashers. So actually, let me find the tweet really quick here, because I'm pretty sure I have it bookmarked. Let me see here. I gotta find the tweet because it was a while back. Oh God, it was a while back. Oh God, where is it? Oh yeah, it was way back. I was gonna say Ace Attorney, but I forgot about Badly Translated V&D. Yeah, I mean Ace Attorney definitely could be one for sure. Oh yeah, I gotta go all the way back for this, I think. I'm just looking through some of my fucking bookmarks and they're fucking hilarious. Some of these are fucking weird. Oh, where is it? Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. It's done. The complete update to Bind the Sky is possible to play now. Main story, post-game, and special episodes are now all translated. So as far as intended content goes, the hack is complete unless important features and bug fixes go as needed. I also added in a new note to the zip file, a heartfelt thank you to the Letter of the Ghost project. Okay, oh god, they posted some screenshots of the... They posted some screenshots of the Girl Mouse special episode. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, yeah, we're playing it. We're absolutely playing it. We're absolutely playing it. We're absolutely playing it. Oh my god, yes. Just from the screenshots that I saw right there. Oh my god. Oh my god, no. We're absolutely doing this. We absolutely have to do that. But Moon, you actually bring up a great point, because I actually do kind of maybe want to delve into Ace Attorney at some point. Now that, you know, like the Edgeworth collection's out and the series is very accessible now. Maybe not this year, but maybe if I run out of ideas or something, or maybe if it's something I really want to do, then yeah, maybe we'll find a way to add an Ace Attorney to the rotation for sure. For sure, yeah. Oh, I gotta think. What if there was really anything else? Cause as far as I'm aware, I think that's really all that there was. Hyperdimension Neptunia. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, I know it's a JRPG, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. Like, maybe I'd consider it, but nah, no, that's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Yeah, maybe I would consider it, but yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't know, really. Oh yeah, and then also, I guess I could touch on the, because obviously, you know, we still have a lot of the sub goals and whatnot too, so. Yeah, not for everyone. Oh yeah, that's right. I did want to change that too. Okay, so yeah, because since the you know, the whole subathon thing didn't really work out too much, I'm changing. So I'm basically I'm taking one of those goals and I'm basically gonna like remake it a little bit. So remember, I had an initial goal where if we hit 100 subs on Twitch, we'd play Sticker Star. I'm going to change that. So if we ever hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, as well as 1,000 subs on YouTube, that's when we'll do the Sticker Star playthrough. That is when we'll do this. That is when we will do the Sticker Star playthrough. If we ever hit 1,000 followers on Twitch, or 1,000 and 1,000 subs on YouTube, that's when we'll do the Sticker Star playthrough. What the fuck did I just get? Octopath Traveler 2 is Triangle Strategy, and action. Yeah, that is also an option too. Yeah, because I own both of those games. So yeah, genuinely could do either of those really. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah, might not be a bad idea. Yeah, because the thing is, like, I started playing Octopath Traveler 2 and I just never continued it. Yeah, I just gotta get back into it. Gotta get back into it at some point for sure. Yeah, I own both of those games, so definitely could be an option. Definitely could be an option. And then obviously I'm also going to be keeping an eye on the obviously the Switch Online releases for GameCube and whatnot, because obviously, you know, we're anticipating Pokemon Coliseum and all that. So and then obviously I think the other thing is like once we finish Sacred Stones, if we're gonna be waiting a while for Fortune's Weave, we'll probably end up doing another Fire Emblem project in the interim. I just don't know what it would be. I have a few ideas, but I would just have to like work out a few kinks in order to do that. So yeah, for certain. So yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. There's definitely a lot to look forward to. F-Zero GX. Oh my God, no, that would be interesting for sure. Yeah, because there's a lot of GameCube games that are slated for release that I just, you know, have never played. So. If we need, and oh, I just realized if we need another Mario game to play through, we can play Sunshine. No, that would be evil. Ugh. But I think with that being said, yeah, that's really all I had. It's really all I had that I wanted to go over. So, yeah. Cool. So, like the final slide says, Evil's Play Mario Sunshine is a drinking game. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know if we can do that. That just seems like a recipe for fucking disaster. Oh God, yeah. Yep. Yeah, I guess that, yeah, but that's what's for every blue coin. Oh God. Yeah, I guess that's really all I had. I mean, obviously there's still room. There's still plenty of room for like other stuff that we can do next year, and obviously, you know, not everything, you know, that could be releasing in 2026 has really been officially revealed yet. So it's a lot. It's very open-ended. It is very, very open-ended. But really, all I can hope for this year is that we continue having fun, we continue growing, and we just, you know, keep doing what we love. I mean, realistically, I probably could have like added a section for a. We could have added a section for like, you know, certain goals that I have for this year and whatnot. Really, I think my biggest goals for this year are maybe hitting 400 on Twitch and then 500 on YouTube, probably. I mean, but yeah, those are like really my big things, and like maybe I'll try and partake in a few more collabs with some new people this year. I mean, I joined a massive collab server. I joined a massive collab server, like last year. I haven't really done much with it, so yeah. So yeah, maybe that's it. Fortune Weave gets a demo? Maybe. But yeah. Yep. Cool. But yeah. That's really all I had. That's really all I had for our little end of year recap. So yeah. So like I said, yeah, this honestly think like maybe if I do decide to do like, you know, best ofs in the future and whatnot, maybe I'll do like individuals like for like each of the series and whatnot, like, or maybe just like do movies and all that. But I know for a fact, obviously, I'm going to try and like, you know, I'm trying to like, I guess that's the other thing I could mention too. Is like next year, I'm definitely going to try and be a bit more consistent with my YouTube uploads. Cause I did okay. I did okay. I did okay. Towards the end of the year and whatnot, but I definitely want to try and get better at my YouTube uploads, for this next year for sure. Yeah. But actually, yeah. Wait. There's one other thing. That I can actually show. There's one other thing I can actually show because I don't think I showed my Twitch recap on stream at all. But yeah, I don't think I showed my I don't think I showed my Twitch recap on stream this year. So let me fix that actually. Really quick. Hang on. I'm gonna close out of this really quick here. I'm gonna grab this. We'll go back to the middle monitor here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so all in all, yeah, just feel like this would probably be a good thing to do this year. I also gotta probably pull this up on my phone and save it. Probably all Pokemon and Trails. Let's see. Almost 1,000 hours stream this year. Great stuff. We did 228, probably not counting the stuff that's prior to that. Distinct days, 228. Total hours watched, 5,222. Lots of twos in this there. Top categories, we Persona 5 Royal, Dungeons and Dragons, and then we had Daybreak 2, Definitive Edition, Xenoblade X, and then Radiant Dawn. The fact that we were in the top 10% of Royal, D&D, and Xenoblade X, that honestly was not, I've not expect that. Being in the top percentage of those top 10% of those three categories as a small streamer like that feels good. Feels really good. Feels really good, actually. All right, so top stream, yeah, that was 158. Yeah, I think that was. God, I don't even remember when that was, but yeah, that must have been. I know that must have been when we got like a big raid and all that. And obviously, we had Spider Cop and memes and all that. 43,000 chats received on the purple platform. Hell yeah. Then obviously we have our Spider Cop. Yeah, the Spider Cop emote being the most used one. Surprised of absolutely nobody. Morb being right behind it, and then we had Skill Issue, Vibin, and Yippee and Skill Issue tied for fourth place. That's actually really funny. That's actually really funny. And then obviously we've got our biggest fan, so shout out to all of you guys here. If you don't see yourselves on there, but just know that I love you. Know that I love you. Love you all for joining in. And then obviously your top crossovers with Zenny, Cyber, and Azure. And obviously we got lots of raids, and then we got sent to lots of raids. One thing I also gotta do is I gotta clip more this year. And then the top viewed clip was the Shine Spark clip from the Metroid Dread playthrough, which I think was really cool. Yeah, we gained 59 new followers this year. Did some hype trains. Yeah, great year. Great freaking year this year, I'd say. All around. You know, maybe, and, you know, I saw a tweet about this. A while back where, like, you know, people were saying that, like, oh, because you didn't, because you didn't do this or this, like, you know, you just, you know, or you think you should quit or whatever. It's like, no, I don't care. I do what I want. I pay my own salary. Hang on, I want to download that. Man, I want to download that. Whatever. Oh, that's fine. It's all good. I mean, hey, great stuff this year. Great stuff this year. My friend, why would I not download the thing? Fine, I'll just do that. I'll just do that instead. All right, I'm going to just make a quick little Twitter post like that. But kind of fitting. I waited until the end of the year to do so. Aim to go even further next year. The fact that you had a good year streaming only part-time is something to be proud of. Exactly, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, and it's like I said, like I'll read you guys the tweet that I made last night because I saw I saw something that kind of resonated with me a lot. Oh, that's kind of that. Oh, that's. Oh, that wait, that kind of sucks actually. Wait, hold up. I'm gonna fix that really quick here. That did not go the way I wanted it to. I'm gonna delete that. There we go. No, bro, I just want the freaking image. There's not letting me download, but I can probably figure out a way to do that. Oh, here we go. Save image as. That works. Rich recap 2025. There we go. That should do her. Okay, hopefully that's... There we go. Okay. So anyway, I want to read you guys the tweet that I quoted, and then the tweet that I made last night. I made this like right as I was leaving work. So this was from a couple days ago. It was from this account, Mooney Buns. I saw something about people under 50 average viewers should quit. Please don't quit. You've got this. A small community doesn't mean you failed. You are growing. You are loved, and have people that believe in you. And then on top of that, I gotta find the I gotta find the quote retweet from Alara too, because she also had that too. Hang on, let me see. I gotta view post interactions here. Shoot, I don't know if I could do it on the extension here. Here we go. View quotes. Here we go. Got it. Let's see where's the one from, where's Alara? Okay, yeah, here we go. Yeah, Alara said something really good too. I remember so many times wanting to quit. We often get in our own heads and listen to the brainworms. Keep going. I look back and I'm so grateful. I'm surrounded by an amazing community who has supported me through my entire stream journey. Nothing worth having is easy. Keep fighting for your dreams. And she sums that up fucking perfectly. I think she actually sums that up perfectly. All right, so now I'll read you guys what I wrote as in response to that. I think I'm one of the most qualified people to speak on this matter. I've been streaming for the better part of 5 years now. I've been VTubing for 9 months, and I've yet to break 500 on Twitch or YouTube. Despite it all seeming like it's been for nothing, why do I keep going? Because I genuinely enjoy streaming and making content as a hobby. The small community I've built is slowly but surely growing, and it's been such a great thing to see. Maybe one day I'll have my big breakout moment, but until then, I'll keep doing it my way every day. And you know, having a small community like this, I think it's a very nice thing. I think it's a very nice thing. It's not overwhelming. You guys come in, you have a great time every day. And like I said, I think I've shared this motto that I have, many a times when I'm going to reiterate it. As long as at least one person who's tuning in smiles and enjoys their time here, then that's all that really matters to me. I don't need to get like a shit ton of gift subs every stream, or like a bunch of followers or donations or raids. I don't need any of that to have a good time. Because I'm just sitting here being my goofy self, playing games and just making memories. Because honestly, this is my, like I said, this is my way to just kind of detach from reality and give people a safe space to just come in, be themselves, and just, have fun watching a freaking chaotic mother who sometimes only knows partially what he's doing. But that's part of the magic. I think that's just part of the magic, especially just being a small streamer like that. But you never realize how good you have it until you really look back and just see how far that you've come. And I think that is, that's what a lot of people just tend to miss out of. They just see this as an easy, like a dream job, like an easy dream job. Like, oh, I can make money and never have to work again. I still do this and I still work a full-time job. I still find time to do this despite working a full-time job. It's not hard. It's not hard. You just got to have the drive to do it. That's really all it is. That's just really all it is. But, motivation doesn't come easy sometimes. Motivation doesn't come easy sometimes. There are days you're going to feel like you want to quit and everything has been for nothing. Trust me, I've had plenty of those days. I've had plenty of those days. But I genuinely would not be here. I genuinely would not be here right now if I had listened to the Brainworms and, I didn't have all of you guys to encourage me to keep going. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all for keeping me going and tuning in. And I'll see y'all in 2026. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. We're ending off on a great note. We are definitely ending off on a great note. Cool. All right. So, with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow for our first Let's Play of 2026, Trails Beyond the Horizon. I hope everyone has a fantastic day. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your New Year's Eve. Spend some time with some family. Look back on all you did this year. And let's start 2026 off with the biggest bang possible and fill it with bundles and bundles of chaos. All right. I'm out of here then. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in 2026.